In this podcast, I'm going to be talking about how to navigate a convention, as well as why you should go to one, and the different parts to a mainly fishing convention. So let's get started. So first off, why do you even want to go to a convention? Fishing convention in particular in this case. The reason is simple. As a traveling angler, it gives you a reason to end up in another city. It's a good way to say, you know what? I'm going to be here for this particular convention. You may fish on the side. You may find maybe your favorite fishery out there. So for example, I'm in Houston right now at this convention. And basically at this convention, you can go 45 minutes south, fish for speckled trout and redfish in Galveston. So with that in mind, I may just fish on the side, and then you may find a fishery you may love. So with that being said, that's why you'd want to go to convention. Next off, and now let's talk about the different parts of the convention and how to navigate it. So first off, I'm right by the boat section, and some conventions, it's like a car dealerships, so on and so forth. This is kind of like the car scene where they're not intending to get them people. They take up a lot of the space of the convention. At the same time, they do not have the ability to, and there's a very good way to eliminate a lot of the square footage if you're moving through a convention very quickly. So now there are other parts of the convention as well, and those are going to be your soft plastic. And on the other end of it, we have our soft plastics and our other smaller items. These are things that are usually going to be maybe $20 at the higher end. And those are going to be the most common things you're going to find. You may even buy a couple. I have a couple bags of plastics of my own. And sometimes you find some great deals. Like I found a bag of plastics for $1 a piece. That's almost free, essentially. Sometimes you get a lot of free sample plastics too. And on top of that, you have a lot of your clothing apparel. So like wooden booth right behind me is mangrove, so you have a lot of clothing apparel mixed in. That's one of the other categories. You will just find a lot of clothing, and then on top of that, you will also find landing gear is another one. Various forms of nets, boca grips, etc. And sometimes it just depends on where you go. So like the culture of the convention makes it up. So like the things they'll sell within it. And then in our case, we have rods. There'll be a lot of rod booths, and have that in mind. They're kind of like in between. So a lot of people walk away with rods. Sometimes you can walk away with one for $40, sometimes you walk away with one a couple $100. And usually they sell good deals on rods and reels, all just depending on what you're looking for. There are some rods here, the surf rods are going for $30. So it just depends on what you're looking at. So that's a little mix of everything you're going to need at a convention. Oh, there's also kayaks here too. So with kayaks, have in mind, similar idea, it's like the boats. They take up a lot of space, and the odds of them actually selling very much, they're not very high. So those are a few different pieces of the convention that I would say are the main chunks. Oh, excuse me. Charters and guides. In a fishing convention, you'll see a lot of charters, guides, expeditions, places, and the liking of that. And that takes up another good chunk of the booth. So it's very easy if you're looking for something in particular, it's very easy to eliminate most of the convention. You also have, along with that, you have like your multi-day trips. If I can even find one right now. And basically in here they're basically going to be like your lodge stays that are going to be a couple grand a piece. So see if I can, so like that's an Alaska one right there. And Alaska ones are pretty common. So that is the lodge style of staying. And then on top of that, you also have and then on top of that, you also have one other thing I forgot is there's like the miscellaneous. So like here, there's literally a group selling lawn chairs. So those are more or less the different categories of stuff you're going to be looking at in a convention. And that basically sums it up. Yeah, so if you like what you see, please subscribe, like this, and if you have any, for this one, leave a comment with any fun stories you have of other conventions you've been to. All right, enjoy the show.